Hello, my friends, it's Danny, and today I'm sharing a new what I eat in a day as a 50-year-old woman who has spent the last few years really focused on getting stronger, building muscle, and just improving my overall fitness, because I refuse to buy into this narrative that it's all downhill over 50. As a matter of fact, I think we're just going to keep it going uphill after 50. We're going to call it uphill after 50. And right now, I am currently in a fat loss phase. Now, technically, I started working towards this goal a few months back, and I was making some good progress, but then summer got summery, and we went on vacation, and we did a little bit of travel, and I had to bring my daughter back to school, and I was just very out of routine, and I really just lost my focus. Because the truth is, for most people, when you are working specifically on weight loss, it does take a little bit of extra focus and a little bit of extra structure. At least that's what I find for myself. It's really not about perfection or being obsessed. I mean, you certainly do not have to be perfect, but you do want to be intentional and you do want to be consistent. So now that I'm back home, I'm getting back into my rhythm, back into my routine, I'm able to refocus. So I thought it would be fun to share what I eat in a day while working on a weight loss goal, specifically a fat loss goal, while still supporting my strength and fitness goals. Okay. So I know some of you are in the very same shoes and you're working on the same sorts of goals. So hopefully you'll get a little inspiration. But before we jump in, I just want to thank our sponsor, Element. Element is a delicious, high quality, zero sugar electrolyte drink mix that was specifically designed for people who want to live a healthy, active, whole food lifestyle. And I'm going to share more on them in just a bit. Now, I'm not going to bore you with water and coffee in the morning, because if you've been with me for a while, you know by now that nothing happens before coffee. So usually I wake up, I reluctantly drink a glass of water, and then I get to my beloved coffee. Right now I drink my coffee black. I've been on a black coffee kick, and I usually have 2 8-ounce cups of coffee. Sometimes I will have 3, I'm not going to lie, but I try to keep it to 2. And then for my breakfast, I have been enjoying this roasted kabocha squash and egg white bowl. It is so simple. It is so delicious, and I'm very excited to show you how to make it. So for the base of the bowl, I just add 2 cups, which is about 250 grams of roasted kabocha squash into my bowl. Now, I make the squash when I'm doing my meal prep, so it's all set and ready to go. And then all I need to do is heat it up. I usually just pop it in the microwave for a minute or so, and then I have the base of the bowl ready to go. Not only is kabocha squash really delicious, it has a nutty flavor and a really creamy texture, but it is a fantastic option, specifically when you are working on any type of weight loss goal, because it's lower in calorie and carbohydrates than, say, a sweet potato or even butternut squash. So if you like to eat high volume and you still want to feel like you're eating a nice, big, substantial meal, this ingredient can be your best friend. So just for reference, I personally love to make egg sandwiches for breakfast. It's one of the meals I make and eat on repeat. But take a look at this. This bowl of kabocha squash is essentially the same caloric value as this whole grain English muffin. So it's not a matter of like which food is good and which food is bad. It's a matter of which one is going to make it easier for you to get to the goals you're trying to reach. And I know for myself, if I'm working on weight loss, high volume foods make it a lot easier because they make my belly feel more full and they keep me feeling more satisfied. So once I have the warmed kabocha ready to go, I top that with a 1/4 cup of cottage cheese. And then on top of that, I add an egg white spinach scramble. So I just quickly scramble up 1/2 cup of egg whites with some baby spinach, salt, pepper, garlic powder, place that right over the top. And then to finish up the whole party, I make 1 whole egg, and I like to leave the yolk nice and runny. And I just put that right over the top. And then the yolk from the whole egg kind of coats everything, and it brings this entire bowl together. I'm telling you, this meal, it's so simple, it is so delicious, and most importantly, it is so satisfying. This delightful little breakfast delivers 31 grams of protein and 7 grams of fiber. And just a quick side note, for those of you who like numbers and want the exact recipes, I'm going to provide all of that for you down in the description box below. So if that's of interest, that's where you'll find that information. Okay, so then my next meal is my lunch. This is usually about 3 to 4 hours later, so it's usually very early afternoon or late morning, like 11:30, let's say. And I like to call this one my kitchen sink salad bowl, because this is basically a giant salad that I will make using whatever fresh veggies I have on hand. Here's what I do. I get a nice big bowl, and I'm going to start with a bunch of romaine lettuce, and then I do a nice big handful of either chopped up baby arugula or chopped up kale, depending on what I have on hand. Today I have some arugula. Now keep in mind, if you like to eat big meals, vegetables will be your best friend because you can go big on the veggies. You know what they say, vegetables never made anybody fat. At least that's what I say. Then once I have all of my greens in the bowl, I add in more veggies. So here I've got shredded carrots, chopped up baby tomatoes, chopped up cucumbers, and then some thinly sliced red onion. I could add thinly sliced red onion to literally everything I eat. Then of course I'm gonna add my protein. So I have some grilled chicken that I prepped on the weekend, so it's ready to go. So I'm gonna grab about 3 ounces of that grilled chicken, chop that up. That goes right on top of the bowl. And then I also add 1 chopped up hard-boiled egg. That's another ingredient. I think adding an egg to just about anything just makes it better. So when in doubt, add an egg. Once I have that all in the bowl, I season this with a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic powder. I'm sure you're shocked. Then I add some balsamic vinegar. And then to bring this all together, I have a couple tablespoons of my famous clean and delicious blue cheese dressing. Okay. All right, so maybe it is not famous, but I'm telling you it's really good and you have got to try it. I'm gonna link the exact recipe for you below. Once everything's in the bowl, you just wanna mix it to get this all really well incorporated, and it's worth your patience because getting all of these ingredients like lightly coated with the blue cheese and the balsamic is the name of the game here. Now, what I love about this lunch is that number one, it's gigantic. It's a huge bowl of salad, but number two, it's so delicious, especially while it's still hot outside. It's really refreshing and it's really satisfying. Plus, it packs in 42 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber. So that is lunch, but I have to tell you, sometimes when I eat light meals like this, I do like a little sweet bite after my meal. So one of my absolute favorites that I've been on lately is just taking 1 medjool date, just like this. I like to flatten it out. You could also open it up, and then I just add about a half a tablespoon of almond butter right over the top with a sprinkle of sea salt. It's so simple. It is like drop dead delicious. It literally tastes like caramel. It's so sweet and creamy. It just hits that perfect little sweet tooth. You know, when you just want a little sweet bite when you're done with your meal, this does the job. Okay, so that's breakfast and lunch. I've got 2 more meals that I want to share with you. But first, I want to share more about my beloved sponsor, Element. Now, if you've been here for a while, you know that I genuinely love and use Element. They have supported our channel for years, and they are my go-to choice for electrolytes. I notice a huge difference from drinking plain water to drinking water with the Element electrolytes in it. I just feel so hydrated. I also feel really clear and focused and energized. I don't think I would ever go back to a non-electrolyte life. And this entire summer, their new lemonade iced tea has been my obsession, to say the least. It is so light, it's so refreshing, and it is absolutely delicious. Each stick of the iced tea lemonade contains 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium, along with 50 milligrams of naturally occurring caffeine from organic black tea. And what you're going to notice is that that little bit of caffeine from the tea actually provides a steadier energy boost than you would get from a cup of afternoon coffee. Because the truth is that caffeine doesn't actually give you energy. It just blocks off the signal that tells you that you're tired. So when that caffeine wears off, that's when we experience what we call the coffee crash. But tea works differently because the caffeine comes bundled with L-theanine and polyphenols, which creates a smoother, more steady lift. So it's less spike and less drop. Plus you're supporting natural hydration without any added sugars or artificial ingredients. But honestly, the iced tea lemonade is only one of many flavors they have, and they are all delicious. And right now, Element is offering everybody in the Clean and Delicious community a free 8-count sample pack of all of their most popular flavors with any purchase. So all you need to do is visit www.drinkelement.com/DannySpees. And you can only get that using my link. So I'm going to leave it for you down in the description box below. Okay. That's DRINKLMNT.com/DannySpees. So moving on to meal number 3, I usually eat 4 meals in a day. And I will say that I often get on food kicks where I make something, I love it, and then I just eat it on repeat till I don't want to eat it anymore. And this is one of those. This is my chocolate peanut butter protein bowl. That's what we're going to call it. Chocolate peanut butter protein bowl. And it's so simple and it's so quick. So I start out with 1 serving of plain Greek yogurt. I am using a non-fat Greek yogurt. You could do 2%, you could do full fat. They're all delicious, but I'm choosing the non-fat because I want to add some of my own fats to this and I'm trying to maintain a little bit of balance. So that's about 3/4 of a cup, which is 170 grams. Then I'm adding a tiny splash of vanilla extract, totally optional, but it is going to be a little bit of a flavor booster. And then I have 15 grams of chocolate protein powder. Now, there are tons of good protein powders on the market these days. I will link to my favorite down in the description box below. And let me just say, I'm definitely a whole foods first kind of girl, but if you are trying to prioritize protein in your diet, as I am, it can be a really helpful and high quality supplement. So 15 grams into the bowl. Now you want to start mixing this, and at the beginning, it's going to look a little powdery, a little dense. You're going to be like, is this going to work? Yes, it's going to work. You're just going to keep on stirring and you'll see as it starts to blend in, this mixture gets really creamy and really silky. It's almost like a pudding. And keep in mind, you could do any flavor protein powder you had on hand. So like vanilla, banana, coconut, whatever turns you on. Very versatile. So once you've got it all mixed in and it looks rich and creamy like mine does here, then it's the fun part where you pick your toppings. Now you can do anything that you love here. I am a little bit intentional with the toppings I pick because I am trying to also get enough fiber in the day, right? So many things to think about. So I'm starting with 1/4 cup of Fiber One cereal. Now I'm going to be totally honest with you. It doesn't have the world's best ingredient list, but I love Fiber One. I think it's delicious. It's a little bit sweet. It's super crunchy and it packs in so much fiber. You just need a tiny little bit and it really boosts the fiber content for the day. So I've got Fiber One. Then I have a handful of fresh raspberries. Frozen raspberries are also delicious. And then I like to finish this with just a tablespoon of nut butter. This could be peanut butter, this could be almond butter, it could be tahini. They all work here. And allow me to say that if you've never tried the combination of yogurt and nut butter before, I don't know why, but I find it to be a complete rib sticker, meaning it's so satisfying and this combination keeps me full for hours. I mean, this simple bowl delivers 33 grams of protein and 11 grams of fiber. It's so good. Moving on to my final meal of the day, this is dinner. Now, this day is a snapshot from a day where we were having family dinner. So I had both of my kids and my husband at home. So I wanted to make a meal that would keep me aligned with my goals, but that my whole family would also enjoy eating. So I went and pulled out a classic OG clean and delicious recipe, and this is my turkey and zucchini skillet. This one is so simple, it's really quick, and it's so good. It's actually so good that I included this one in the Clean and Delicious cookbook. Basically, all I do is I grab a large saute pan, I heat a tiny bit of olive oil in the pan, I add a chopped onion, some chopped up garlic, a pinch of salt, let that soften up, and then I add 1 pound of ground turkey to the pan. Now, I'm using an extra lean ground turkey. You could do just lean ground turkey or full fat. Again, whatever you enjoy and aligns with whatever goals you're working on, right? I like to encourage everybody to think less about food as good and bad and think about what is your goal and does this help you get there? Very simple. I'll season my meat with a little salt and pepper, just seasoning as we go. And then I'm just going to break it down into crumbles, slowly incorporating that in with the onions and the garlic. And the goal here is just let it cook until it's no longer pink and it's cooked through the center. Once you have arrived, then you're going to add in your zucchini. So I have 4 medium zucchini that I cut into quarter moons. I'm just going to toss those into the pan as well, along with some Italian seasoning and a little bit more salt and pepper. Then I have 2 15-ounce cans of diced tomatoes. I like to buy the fire roasted diced tomatoes. It just adds a little more depth of flavor if you can get your hands on them. Now, the pan might look a little dry right at the beginning, but don't worry because the zucchini is going to release a lot of water. You just want to like gently toss this together. If you have a lid big enough, pop it over the top, and then you're just going to let this simmer away for about 15 to 20 minutes or until the zucchini has softened and all of those flavors have come together. Again, I will link the exact recipe for you down in the description box below. Just know that all of the details that you probably want are almost always down in the description box below. Then when it's time to serve this, you can enjoy it just the way it is, or you can serve it over traditional pasta. But in this case, because I am going for higher volume, lower calories, I'm choosing spaghetti squash. I love spaghetti squash. I'm going to layer the base of my bowl with spaghetti squash, and then we're going to add this right over the top. It's delicious with some red pepper flakes if you have them, and also some fresh grated Parmesan cheese. Really just pulls all of the flavors together. And this delicious family-style meal is going to deliver 36 grams of protein and 7 grams of fiber, and that is including the spaghetti squash. And then to finish the day, I will say, again, sometimes I just like the littlest bite of something sweet. It just completes the meal. And what I've been on lately, I've actually been buying this for like over 15 years, is this dark chocolate bar from Trader Joe's. I get the big boy and I leave it in my counter because not only is it lovely to have a little square after a meal to finish a meal, but it's also great for baking as well. So I love just keeping this in the counter ready to go. But for this particular day, I will just literally take one square and just savor this delicious little bite of chocolate because it just, I don't know, because there's just something about a sweet bite that just completes the meal. So good. For those of you who do not like numbers, this is your time to put me on mute. And for those of you that do like numbers, this day, the totals come to 1,520 calories for the entire day. And that is with 145 grams of protein, 140 grams of carbohydrates, and 46 grams of fat. So I feel like this is a really great example of how you can have beautiful, high volume meals that really keep you satisfied and satiated while you are working on weight loss goals. And you'll notice if you've watched other of my Eat in a Days before, when I'm not focusing on weight loss, I do have more bread and more starch and whole grains and things of that nature. And it's not that you cannot have those foods when you're trying to lose weight. You absolutely can. I just find that I'm a lot more satisfied when I focus on bigger volume foods, right? I don't have to walk away feeling like I'm still hungry or like I had a tiny bitty portion. So these are all just good things to keep in mind. At the end of the day, you got to find the road forward that feels good for you. As always, I appreciate you watching. I would love to hear any of your thoughts, questions, aha moments down in the comment section below. And if you want some more Eat in a Day inspiration, you may want to check this video out next. Cheers!